talking about going to the VA, saying that he's been trying to get to the VA for 2 weeks and just hasn't made it. He's got an infection on his leg that he showed me. But he's also hooting like Ric Flair, and he's honking his horn like an idiot, and really trying to bring a lot of attention here. I know he's kind of sort of working on his vehicle, but I mean, you probably shouldn't work on stuff while you're twacked out of your fucking gourd. Not a good idea. Also, if you're twacked out of your gourd and you are at Lillian A. Goodspeed Park, this is a park where there's little kids playing and their parents out and about and people using the fucking skate park. You know, I don't mind smoking pot in public. I'm not going to smoke it at a fucking skate park, though. I'm not going to smoke it at a kid's fucking playground. He ran his car or his vehicle into a fucking tree this morning. You know, obviously he's too twacked out of his goddamn gourd to drive. He's hooting and hollering, woo, woo. How's that not supposed to freak me out? And he's been doing this for a while, doing the hooting thing for a while anyway. He just started the honking thing a couple minutes ago. Thank goodness he didn't keep it up and isn't keeping it up right now. But that doesn't bring us positive attention. That doesn't do anything positive for the homeless community, or for the community as a whole, or the community at large. However you want to say it or state it or make it out to be. You know, you guys got different definitions for words nowadays. Like apparently fire means something different than fire. Okay, well, you guys got modern slang, cool. How would you describe this situation? You know, if I am not here with this guy who's twacked out of his gourd and not actually being a violent asshole, he's just supercharged. So, yeah, he's going out of his way at this point. He's not thinking too good. He admitted he's not thinking too good. But he said he's got to get to the hospital here quickly because he ain't thinking too good. Well, that's all right. Why didn't he go to the hospital? He said he was going to go to the VA today. I asked him about that. He said, oh, I was going to go to the VA for the last 2 weeks. Well, that's fine. If he's going to go to the VA, he should actually go. When he gave me the pot last week that had meth in it, you know, I was going to take it into the cops and be like, hey, I was given this. Obviously, it's legal, but I didn't consent to having drugs put into my pot. If somebody's going to give me weed because, you know, he felt bad for me. I was having an emotional evening, and it was a lot of shit with Molly driving me fucking nuts. And he thought giving me a bowl of weed was going to help. And, you know, I needed somebody to go in with me. Couldn't do it. So this guy, I saw him down there by the laundromat one night, and I explained to him what happened with that it had fucking meth in it, that there was crystals that were falling out of it, and I was going to say something to him, but he was already walking off. He apologized for it. He explained, you know, I just stuck it in the wrong bag. It's my bad, and I wasn't trying to poison you. Well, cool. I'm glad for that. I'm glad you wasn't trying to poison me. I'm also glad that I noticed it. But him being in a vehicle right next to me, making a bunch of noise, hooting and hollering, thank goodness now he's actually working on the vehicle. He's on tweaker time, so going to the hospital and not actually getting there for 2 weeks, well, that's tweaker time. I've seen people get all twacked out of their fucking gourd and tear apart the one and only vehicle that they have. and then missed work the next day because they didn't know how to put it back together. Had a great idea while they were twacked out of their gourd and ended up with 400 parts all strewn about in a very disorganized fashion. He's not trying to make things bad, he's just not registering things properly in his head. Obviously, I want him to go home safely to his family, which is obviously not a happening thing. But it's what I want for him. It's what I want for Leslie Snell. It's what I want for Alicia Bollinger. It's what I want for the people in that congregation over there. And the officers as well. I want them to go home to their fucking families. I want everybody at the end of the day to be able to go home to their families. But some of us don't have families. We just got relatives. And relatives, they don't care about blood. They'll take you for all they're worth. Good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind. Be ever vigilant. I got to call Tamsin. I told her I'd give her about 10 to 20 minutes because I had stuff to do. But with him honking and hooting and yelling and screaming and all that, I felt it was important to start recording it. The fact that he stopped, well, it kind of... Well, I'm glad that it stopped. So it doesn't matter that he didn't continue doing so after I started the video. I'm just glad he stopped. Good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. We've already gone through this, huh?